Good afternoon. Put my headphones on. Well. What do we have here? We've got some bad numbers in the stock market. Somebody's got a beeping sound. What do we got here? We got a little gap down here. What is this? Let's see. Okay, we came down. I think we're going to come down some more. But I should have went short last night on Bitcoin. Oh well. Nah, I don't want to short Bitcoin. Short on all. But I'm in. Is the stock guy on here? OG? All the international guys are sleeping. You guys must have been up late last night.
Yeah, we were.
Still in alpaca?
I took a short. I hope you took a short from that top, the last top it did.
Bro,
It went all the way down to 45, exactly where I told you it would go down.
I've been short since 94.
Perfect. Perfect.
I never closed it.
Yeah, don't close it. It's still gonna go down some more.
Remember they tried to run it up on me the other night to like $1.28?
Yeah.
Well, I was on 1X and I laughed at it. And I stayed in position because I knew that wasn't going to hold. So now the stock market news came out today, and it's looking like crypto's going to eventually, in my opinion, come down.
Yeah, it is. It will.
What you thought about that? And I was wondering if you saw anything else that was worth going short on that
Oof.
I had it
Maybe 2 hours ago, yeah. But right now,
Yeah.
we're here, so
A
there's
little later. No.
Sol and Sui are on bear flags right now, so just wait for it to stop going sideways and start pushing down.
Oh, well, I was hoping to find something that's going to push up, inverse wise. So I look for something that I want to short that's going to push up and then get in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that's going to be. I'm thinking it's going to be chill guy, but if it has a chance to push up, I don't know. We'll see. But
We'll see.
I got that alpaca open, but the problem is they reversed the funding rate has reversed and is really high. I think it's like 3% funding rate now,
Mm-hmm.
and that has reversed. Now I had to pay the long now, but it was the other way around. So I got some margin added to my trade from the funding rate, from the longs paying me the other night, like I knew they would. So I guess now I get to give some of that back if I want to stay in the trade. But this funding rate is even higher than it was last night in the other direction, which I don't like. So that's the problem with alpaca, extremely high funding rate. But I got my order to sell alpaca at 15. So see if I can get it. I know you were talking about 40 and all that, but I think it could go all the way down, especially with this new news. So the high risk stuff. I mean, but then again, maybe that doesn't all apply to alpaca though. So what am I saying? But I'm sure it applies to some other coins. So I'm going to look around here, look for something that's going to bounce. There's going to be some type of bounce to the upside, but then we'll go down after that. But like you said 2 hours ago, huh? Did you end up getting in chill guy? I was asleep. Why are you awake? You got to be exhausted. Just woke up. All right, I'm going to go look. Go look around a little bit. What was something that was pumped up? All these memes. Was that Pengu doing real good? Maybe that needs to reverse. See what we got. Voxel, huh? I don't know what these other ones are. AIOT. You ever heard of AIOT? What's going on over there? Drift, huh? Ooh,
Yep.
I remember Drift. With Drift pumps, it goes psycho. Drift. Can you look at Drift? Could that just be the first stage? Or could that be a nice short? I remember what it did earlier. Oh my god, that other pump it did from
Yeah, everything's on a bear flag. So it's like I don't want to take any risks right now.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about short though. Look at Drift though.
Yeah, drift.
They just
Drift has.
huh?
How high did it go?
Look at what it did. It just on the daily, on the 4 hour, it's just up. Daily, big fat candle, bullish. Engulfing over that double top of 69.97. Took all that back. So in it, of course, if Bitcoin goes down, could it eat that? I'm thinking it could eat that whole green candle back to the downside, down to the daily average of 5.4. Whichever average that is. I want to add a short on something. What's Bitcoin at? Still at 94 almost. Oh, just at 7. Let's see what you're saying. This looks like a good short here. WLD. Oh, yeah,
Actually,
it's a
all
horrible
alts right
coin.
now, all the alts are actually good shorts right now. All of them.
World coin is complete garbage. It's like a globalist coin, and it's got an increasing supply, and it's just the tokenomics are just horrible.
Oh yeah, the tokenomics for that coin is so bad.
It's the worst, and it's
Yeah,
like
they had good marketing, good product, but like tokenomics was just bad.
I don't even like the product, and it pumped up during this dump, strangely enough, and it's awfully suspicious. I'm thinking about going to short that. It's only up 3%. It doesn't move that much. Oh, it's the leverage. They had to do 200x on it. Should I? What do you think? No
Yeah,
financial advice.
just do it. Just throw something in. Low leverage. Keep the stop loss tight. Anyways, Bitcoin's going down. I mean, like it's pretty obvious just by looking at it. Wait, I'll be back.
All right. World coin. Globalist coin. People coin. Big time coin. Hondo already did a 6% dump. Missed it. Back to chill, guy. considering 6% a dump on Chill Guy is nothing, especially how much it's been up. I'm gonna short Chill Guy here in a minute. I needed to give me a little entry. Come on up, Chill Guy. I'd like to come into Chill Guy like at 40. Yeah, I would I will take a position at 40 if it can give me. I mean, it's in an M right now. It's like, damn. All right, let's try to fake them out, Chill Guy, so I can enter here, please. Fake out the longs. What about what's the other ones on Robinhood? Pengu, Chill Guy. Is there another one? Bonk. What about Bonk? I did a 6% dump. What about Pepe? Pepe. Pepe. I'm liking this Pepe short here. And again.
Yeah, there's a lot of coins you can short today.
Like, which one do I want? Give me some ideas, man. What's something that's you're looking at now that you haven't shorted yet?
Oh, when it comes to like situations like this, I look for bear flags. So there's bear flags on Toshi, Popcat, Partcoin, when like they're all in bear flags. Basically, they don't want to be too aggressive. They're just waiting on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing its
Okay.
little dance. We call this ascending bear flag. And then once it's
Popcat.
filled up with RSI, it's gonna start going down. Yeah.
Out of those names you just said, Popcat is what stuck out to me. And that's the other one that's on Robinhood. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Popcat has some really good whales going for it. And the community is really good too. They've been really loyal.
Yeah, it's really suspicious that it's on Robinhood.
But Popcat's really strong right now because it just broke the 200 on the 15, so it's on a breakout. I wouldn't short that. Look for something that's underneath the MAs. Like
Here's
alpaca.
here's what I'm thinking. If Bitcoin comes down, but if Bitcoin comes down, is that going to even matter?
Hmm?
If
More of
Bitcoin dumps, is that
it.
even going to matter?
Not really, but
See what I'm saying? With that being said, that's why I want to short it because the
it's
price
the
is
one
up
going up
higher,
the
so
hardest,
I
right?
could have it. Huh?
It's the one going up the hardest, right? So you want to short that one so you have some distance.
Yeah, I want the distance to the top side. That way, I don't want something that already retraced short, so I could get a better entry. Therefore, if Bitcoin comes down, even with what you said, if that, if it, basically
Yeah,
says
that makes sense.
I'm
Makes
going to go
sense.
down anyway.
Yep, yep.
That's what I'm thinking. But then again, if I'm wrong, then I'm going to pay.
Yep. I wait.
Yeah.
Wait just a little. At least wait. In 2 minutes, the 15 minutes is gonna finish on Bitcoin, so we can see the new candle and see what it's up to.
It had a little See, wow, that was a good, nice little recovery down there. It came right up on Bitcoin and then built this little dominance shot up, and then now dominance is in a bull flag. Dbloc bit on here yet?
No, not yet. I think he's still asleep.
Do you do stocks?
No, he came here, he started the stream, and he's
Oh yeah,
coming
yeah,
back.
correct.
He's just getting his
We
coffee.
started the stream, and he's just gonna do his morning ritual, go eat, come back.
You don't do stocks, do you?
Me? Not anymore.
No, maybe hardly either. But I saw Webull stock was down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Was wondering probably what's going on. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Popcat's moving
Which way?
up.
Let me look. Up.
Yeah, Alpaca's moving up too.
Oh no, alpaca. Don't do that.
No, it's just a fake out. Don't worry about it. Because once Bitcoin starts pushing down, that bear flag's gonna actuate. Let's go, Popcat.
I'm short on Balancer. It's got horrible tokenomics.
Mm.
Maybe I better start looking at that world coin. The other horrible coin. What was that one? Oh God, what was it? Rune? Yeah, they were gonna go bankrupt not long ago. Let's see what they're doing. Oh. There you go. A little dead cat bounce on Rune.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Rune. Bounce some more. Bounce up to 140. I'll come in a short. I see Rune coming all the way back under $1. Come on, Rune.
I'm starting to understand how alpaca moves. I really like it.
It's savage.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like one of the most movingest coins.
In a single afternoon, it's like it moves 600% in 2 hours.
It's so crazy that I won't even put leverage on it over 2.
Mm-hmm.
See, Balancer, what happened to you? Why are we bouncing on crypto alts? See, I slept through the, local bottoms on some of these shorts I had here. And they bounced up. They bounced from them bottoms up here to where we're at now. The question is, do I add?
Yeah, Bitcoin heading down. Careful.
Bitcoin heading down and dominance not heading down.
So, yeah.
That's the
No,
problem.
not heading. It's not hasn't broken trend yet. So it's producing heavier and heavier red candles.
Hmm. Alt showing a little bit of strength here.
For sure.
Surprisingly.
Oh, the market, I mean, whales and institutions and the communities are ready. They're hungry. They're so tired of being in this zone, man. Everybody just wants to get out of this zone.
Chill guy, what are you doing, chill guy? Did you ever get in chill guy at that short?
Before. No. The short,
you
no.
already-
We were planning it, right? Until we found alpaca. When I found alpaca, I was just focusing on that coin. Because it was pretty easy to read.
we could have. Well, it was like a little. It was a wick, but we could have got it. So 40. Now we're at 35 on chill guy, but we could have had 40 last night short, and now it's like an M. So debating. I don't see much of a bounce coming on chill guy here. Let me go a lower time frame. Yeah, it's weak as hell, bro. Right now, it's denying all those averages in the 15-minute. Might be a good time to enter short. Just a little late. I would love for it to just come up. What about Voxel?
Already found its top. You know, I'll check it. Went up like, how much did it go up today? Oh, I already refreshed. Change. It went up like 40-50% a while ago.
I know, won't go short. I'm not looking along now, nothing. So it topped out at 13.5. It's at 12.9. It's close still. Just, I guess, wait to see. I mean, I can wait.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Look at the dominance. I want to see that
Even
dominance coming in.
even though the dominance is that high, look at the alts. They're all like prepping themselves for a run.
I see. That's when I want to do it. But I'm thinking if dominance can pump up here, come down, and then pump back up, then maybe I can get short on Voxel.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick nap because I'm seeing about like 30 more minutes of this before Bitcoin makes a decision.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right. See you in a bit.
Hmm. Hmm.
What's going on, good people? How we feeling?
What's up, D?
Grand Rising.
What's up? Still stuck in this range, eh?
Yeah.
Got some fun today on the stock side.
I'm immune to FUD at this point, man. What could it? How bad could it be?
Yeah.
They've
Well,
already done their worst.
I don't know. We have a couple more days down on the stock side, at least. I watched Bearish Soloway today, so he said he's basically gonna be. He's in shorts, but he's gonna be taking some longs here on some stocks when they come down to some certain levels.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I like what he's saying. He's been pretty good lately. Although sometimes his strategy seems to backfire in Bitcoin. He's overly bearish, which he gets to be. But I'm looking to buy me some bean. So if you got a chance, you know, put a game plan together to see if there's a chance I could throw a little bag at it. Finish buying.
CZ, you're talking about the one with the purple cloud around the 50 EMA? Look up Traders Reality Main. Just type in Traders Reality Main, and then you're gonna have to shut off a bunch of it, though.
I mean, 80K. We're still cool. You know, if it happens, still healthy, right?
Mid 80s, nothing lower than that. I don't think that we go down underneath 84. 84 was that level where we put in those like 7 or 8 weekend traps in a row.
Well,
I don't think it drops that. So I'd be looking at like 86, 85,
okay,
84, 5, 86, 88, 87, anything with an 8 in front of it.
Let me keep that in my brain here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of money there.
this is a grid scenario, not a snipe the bottom scenario.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I've been when it comes to spot, I'm in that. That's how I'm handling that.
Yeah.
That other stuff ain't that. Yes, I'm snipey when it comes to leverage.
Look, you can put some white lines, babe. Put some white lines on. Hindi ako mabore ba, please?
Huh? You got white lines? That's not good, bro. But simple enough. Little retracement. Zoom in. So I guess some number came out in the stock, and something that was shocking. I can't remember. Something they weren't looking for. What was it? Was it jobs? No. Oh well. What's that you're reading?
I'm just looking at the calendar for the week.
Oh,
Yeah, non-farm came under by a lot.
that's what it is.
Yeah, and advanced GDP is also signaling a downtrend.
Oh, that's what it was. The chance of a depression or a recession, I'm sorry, during the summer has increased to 70-something percent.
Silly rabbits. We're already in a recession.
That's what them fools are saying.
Been in a recession for like a year.
Oh,
The thing about recessions is once they're called, once it's officially called, you've already most of the time been through the roughest part of it.
good.
It's kind of like a bear
Just trying
market.
to-
By the time most people say it's a bear market, you're already down 40%, 50%.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how they're gonna price things.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't like that. Yeah.
So it's looking like they're taking a cut today, and then for long, I don't know. Bearish always seems to think it'll be at least another
Tomorrow
few days. That
we have unemployment claims. Unemployment claims should go up if non-farm payroll is down, which means that unemployment rate on Wednesday should be higher than 4.2. And
basically short term. I'm trying to.
non-farm employment should also be lower.
All right. I tried to figure out short term as far as like tomorrow with the stock market. Do they bounce? Do they bounce in the morning, or do they continue to go down?
Well, like I said, we have employment claims. I expect that to go down. I expect that to go up.
So then they bounce.
And PMI. Oh, we'd have to wait to see for PMI. The important thing tomorrow is Bank of Japan press conference, in my opinion. That's even more important than unemployment claims. To see if they're going to raise rates or what.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That'll get it moving. Oh boy, what time is that?
It says tentative, so they could change it, but yeah, the time is tentative. Sometime tomorrow.
Probably in the morning here. Yeah.
Well, the movie we're looking for played out, but for the most part, we're just in this range that we've been in. We can just draw a nice clean box around the whole range. That's our life. That's where we live.
That's your weekly trap.
Right? Weekday trap. That's what it feels like.
Get a
But
lot
yeah,
of
it's
red
like
tape
it's
there.
almost like we just never untrapped, right?
So just take a trade in the middle and wait for it to go your way eventually.
Or take a trade at the extremes would be what would make the most sense. But yeah, some people could slong at the 50% and just
It's gonna
let
go there
life take
eventually
over.
either way.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, now you know it's bad if you say screw it, I'm tired of trying to figure out where it's going. You go schlong in the middle, and then it literally goes sideways. I've seen people get wrecked in both directions on schlongs before.
I'm still in that short from last night. That piece of trash.
What, that camel thing?
I won't. Yeah. Whatever it was called.
Or alpaca? My bad.
I don't want to say.
It's
Yeah.
some animal.
I don't even want to say it, but I'm still in it. You were right. I should have confirmed because it kept coming up. I could have had a better entry, but
It finally rolled over though, apparently, right?
it rolled over real good. Still rolling over, I think, but trying to. The deal is, what I don't like about it is the funding rate is so damn high. And now they reversed the funding rate.
Yeah.
Now I'm paying them. But
Altcoin and Popcat are out of here. They just broke the 200. Heading up.
oh, they did it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you.
Speaking of Popcat and Fartcoin, my cat this morning let off the most disrespectful fart I've ever seen a cat. I mean, like, I might have to take him to the hospital, bro. He smells like he's dead inside. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, what you
it's so bad.
like, yo, what have you been eating, bro?
Eating all the birds.
Yeah, just outside eating birds and lizards or whatever the hell.
Oh
nah, it was disrespectful, bro. I had to kick him out of the house. I was like, nah, you gotta go, bro. Go outside. Yeah, get out of here. You just reminded me when you said Popcat and Fartcoin were pumping. I was like, yeah, they are.
My cat just showed up this morning after being gone for 6 days.
Uh oh, you found a little thing up the block or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No,
when cats are going that long,
no.
it's a little dangerous.
No, he showed up with his foot bleeding.
Oh,
she wanted to get raw.
He's injured.
That means he found a little thing up the block and had to fight over it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. He made his way back, and he's injured.
Yeah, time to keep his ass indoors. Lock him in for a couple days.
Yeah, he sits. It's nice. It's real nice. He sits on the porch in a chair with a cushion. You can stink that up.
Look at this chart. Yung pinakagulitan chart na ito.
We're gonna eat all these vectors on the way back up, apparently. So you guys know how it is when we leave those big vectors on the way down. I hope somebody swung at this.
No, because it was a little scary. The stock thing.
You mean no data? Hold on.
Looks good now, though.
YouTube's doing a thing. All right, we're good.
Yeah, I'm
What
shorting
do you
alpaca.
see?
I'm shorting alpaca right here. This is the waterfall. This is the end of the river.
We are there. We are ready for the blood.
Yeah. Next stop, 100 MA and the 200 MA. 200 MA is at 35 cents.
Okay. So are you saying that I'm being unreasonable looking for 15?
No, you can keep looking for it. I don't want to look for 15 because for
Okay.
me, 15, nah, that's like okay. 15 is below where it started. Is like below where it started, and it's already a utility coin,
Oh,
so it's not a meme.
oh,
So it's gonna retrace, but not that far. I think the farthest is gonna be like 35. But I was right about 45, right? Like where it was gonna
yeah,
take its first direction. 45 on the dot.
yeah, yeah. I didn't take it. I wanted
It's
more.
fine. You can take profit later. It's still gonna go back to that range.
Well, I got 15 on it 2 days ago on a short from 35 down to 15. And I saw it come down to 11. That was 2 days ago. So I know this is up from a lot higher.
Nah, you're leaving an edge on the table, Slick Shoes, if you're not paying attention to your MAs on small time frames. The problem is how people use them. Right? They're not meant to be used as support and resistance. They're meant to be used as confirmation of momentum shift.
Would you look at PopCat?
Give me a second.
My boy's looking
Or
for
the
that.
other guy? What do you think?
Cas is breaking out too. Caspa. Caspa's all green candles.
I mean, if you're looking for something that's pumped really hard to try to short it, if that's the game you're playing, I wouldn't look past voxels.
Okay. Well, for
Voxel
today.
just
For
did
today.
70-something% up to a double top. Go look at the chart.
Okay. Appreciate it. This is for today
Mhm.
because I'm looking for just for today, and then tomorrow morning be out of it, and then look for a bounce.
Look at voxel. Look.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
came
it's
up
ready.
to that SR flip that we were
Jump
looking
off
at.
that cliff.
Right?
Yeah, it's ready to jump off that cliff.
So
Thick hog.
wait for confirmation, obviously.
Yep,
But after that, it should be good money. Looks like it's starting to roll over on the 5-minute. You're at the 50. Your 13 hasn't crossed. You're about to get momentum shift confirmation. You got to wait for one candle to close after that 13 crosses. You know the game.
Okay. On the 15-minute. Fine.
I'll go find my lighter. I'll be right back. Hold on.
How much leverage can Voxel handle?
20 if you're Mexi.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pay attention to order blocks and momentum too. It's like, but that doesn't give me confirmation of a momentum shift. It gives me targets.
On the 1 hour, the Bitcoin looks hella bullish. pointing upwards hard. Ooh, what I found coming from the bottom.
Yeah, I gotta wait for sure.
Yeah, this could easily hold on to 50 and take off to 5618. So you got to wait for that confirmation.
Can we have a look at Beam? That's it. That's all I care about. I'm trying to debate how I'm going to handle this.
Lower high on Beam on the 5-minute.
I took a little bit off the table.
Really just running
Wow.
sideways on this psychological low.
I don't know. I'm struggling to figure what it's going to do here.
Well,
Short
it
term.
hasn't retested its small W yet, so chances are that's what's going to happen. 668. And then hopefully
that
put in the
down
right
at?
side. Excuse me. But
Let
you
me
still
see
got
1 second.
negative momentum on the daily, so
56, 59,
that retest
yellow.
is 666.
66. Oh, great. Wonderful.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I already opened my
Alright,
short.
well. Oh,
It
yeah.
just passed. Yeah, I passed the 50 on the 5-minute. I opened it right before it did that.
Well,
Don't worry, it's a
yes.
huge gap. There's enough money for the both of us.
Joining you.
Come on in.
Where are you at? I'm at 12.32.
I'm at 12.45. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're winning so far.
Hey
you went
there,
with the
I'm back.
20x.
Yeah, 20x.
There's
Small
15.
bag. Yeah, I just put a 50 on it.
Oh, I only did 14.
What were you saying, bro? Somebody was trying to say
Yeah.
something.
No, sorry, I said I was back. I was in another call
Oh.
and I said it will take about half an hour, but it kind of took more than that. It was talks about recession and where we should be heading right now, what are the risks, etc., regards to global markets and stuff like that. One thing that was discussed there was very interesting because the market seemed to be going up even though we had the full day a lot of bad news, which kind of doesn't make sense, but apparently TA is out the window and I don't know.
Well, I can
weird.
explain that. The bad news was seen as bad news for the economy, but it's all good news for sooner rate cuts and sooner quantitative easing. Remember, bad news is good news for us.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking of, but the fact that the economy is shrinking and the fact that the jobs are lost and the fact that everything seems to go to bye-bye basically means that a contraction of the GDP of the United States is kind of imminent. Even with quantitative easing, it will take a lot of time to get back on track. So
Yeah.
basically, the
Unfortunately, right? They're always slow to pivot.
yeah,
So
usually from what I understood, you need
the recovery might be longer, but you got to realize this recovery is going to be longer, anyways. We've got our real estate cycle coming up in the end of 2026. The 18.6-year real estate cycle. When that goes down, everything is going to go down, and it's going to have a really drawn out, especially on legacy, a really drawn out recovery. Because real estate is sort of the basis of everything on the legacy side, right? For the most part. Crypto doesn't really feel that way. Crypto was born out of the ashes of the last real estate crash. Right? 2008 is where we came from. So this will be the first time that Bitcoin has to prove how it can act during that sort of scenario. But my point being is that they're going to push this forward. This recession is going to get pushed forward year and a half, and they're going to let the recession hit right when the right when real estate starts to go down. I think that this is one last push to get as much money as everybody can before we start to run the cycle again. That's my opinion. So bad news is going to be good news because everybody has faith, for the most part, that this thing is going to get kicked down the road for a year. Remember, our bull market only has 4 to 6 months left in it. So that's what we're shooting for. After that, everything could go to shit, right? Because we're in cash at that point.
Okay, so basically you're still expecting an upward trend in the medium term, but in the short term you're still expecting a retracement.
Yeah, for right now, we keep going sideways. The floor is going to give, and we're going to take some of this. Liquidity. But for the most part, we're up and to the right. So August, September, in my opinion.
Maybe I may be mistaken, but this is my understanding.
Yeah, but again, like I said, if something breaks, it'll push their hand. Yeah, YouTube is doing something. Give me a second. I don't know what's going on with it. Says the bit rate is lower than recommended, but it's not. I'm at like past 7K bit rate here.
Yo, brother, our voxel and alpaca shorts are printing.
Nice.
So your your midterms are November 26. Oh God, I thought Trump won't let the markets get affected before that.
You guys got to remember that Trump has a button on his desk that stops all of this if it gets too bad. You also have to remember that before we even get to the point where the recession kicks in, there's midterm elections in 2026.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
If you think that the Republicans are going to bring us into midterm elections with the stock market down, you haven't been paying attention to American politics. We're going to go into 2026 flying. Everybody's going to have money in their pocket. Stock market's going to look good. Everybody's 401k is going to look amazing when they walk in to vote. Or at least they're going to do everything they can to make sure of that. There's no way that they go into there's no way they go into midterms in a slump, in my opinion. Not when he's got the control to change it.
And the midterms are in November 26.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's gonna last till that long, the run? Yeah, the super cycle that you were talking about yesterday.
I mean, it's kind of scary when you think about, not scary because super cycles aren't scary, but it is interesting that that would be about where I would expect the super cycle to run to. Right, 1 extra year. But I'm not counting on that. My take profits aren't set on that. Absolutely none of my trading decisions right now are based on that. They can't be. It'd be irresponsible, right? Now, when we get up to take profit time, then we've got to sort of look in the environment and see if it seems more probable at that point.
Yo, Dbloc.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I forgot. Oh my god, I actually forgot what I was gonna ask. It was something I saw on the
Brain
screen.
fart.
Happens to the best of us, bro.
Oh, let me gather my thoughts again, man.
Bro, I completely forgot the swipe code on my phone and had to get a brand new phone. You're talking about the ultimate brain fart of all time.
Oh, that's hella bad.
Bro, I tried it so tried it so many times that it locked me out of my phone. I had to wait 24 hours every time I tried the new swipe, and then finally I said, you know what, screw it, it's gone, bro. It's gone. Whatever that code was, my brain just rejected it and said, nah, you'll never remember this.
So you never unlocked it ever, and you
Nah, I
never
had to get a
remembered
new.
your swipe.
Nah, I had a not a new phone, but I had a hard reset.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lost everything. Then like, well, don't you have a backup? Yeah, well, let me explain to you how the backup works. when you get your new phone and you go to back it up, they want to know what your swipe code was for the old phone to make sure that it's really you. So once again, I'm standing there like, oh damn, okay, let me see if I remember it now, but nah. Bro, sometimes when you're dealing with a lot of shit, I fully believe that humans only have a certain amount of bandwidth and memory. Right? You can use it up, you can fill it up with a bunch of bullshit, but eventually you're gonna get to a piece of data that when you learn something new, you're gonna forget something old. Like it clears it out of the cache.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I completely forgot what I was trying to talk to you. Oh.
Our brains are getting mushy, bro. These phones are making our brains mushy, bro. How many phone numbers do you know off the top of your head? If you lost your phone right now and you had to call somebody.
Just family.
If that, you're lucky that you. I know maybe 2 phone numbers.
Yeah, my mom's phone number and my sister's. That's it.
And one of them is 1-800 call 411 pain, and I know that's not gonna help me unless I get in an accident.
See, when we were younger, we remembered so many phone numbers. You know why? Because we didn't have an address book on our phone. We didn't have a mobile phone back then.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the brain phones are making our brains mushy.
True.
Do I smoke Envy?
It's not helping my spelling.
A little bit.
You don't got to care about spelling. It just corrects everything.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, these things make us dumb. These things make us look smart, but in reality, we're getting dumber and dumber.
I have a saying in regards to being dumber and dumber. I do expect, in about, 50 to 100 years, even though we started already, I do expect to see Idiocracy in play, the movie.
It's now. We're there already.
We're not there.
Bro,
We
go
don't
watch.
have the great crisis
Well,
of
no,
the
yeah,
garbage flowing up
yeah.
on us. Yeah,
Not yet.
we're not there yet.
It's getting bigger. It already started. It's in the Pacific. It's that Pacific plastic patch. That miles and miles of garbage that's just floating around in the Pacific. That's the beginning of that.
I know, but we didn't have the great avalanche of 2036.
No. That happens. Yeah, that happens after that. That has to touch land first. So we'll fill up the entire Pacific, and then once it hits land, we'll start getting close to it. But hey, everybody's wearing Crocs and speaking in brain rot. So that part of it we're already there.
Yeah, and if you look at TV shows, they get stupider and stupider. As well as reality shows get more retarded by the passing season.
The problem with American, I was in TV and marketing, was my minor, I guess, call it communications. The way that shows in America, especially broadcast television, they're meant to appeal to the simplest minds, right? And then they throw a little bit something in for everybody else. But the point is, like, they try very hard to not put out programming that's going to make somebody watch it and feel dumb. But the problem is, the dumber we get, and the dumber the shows get, you know? And like now, we're just watching people throw shit at a wall to see if it sticks, or you know, whatever the hell they're doing on these reality shows.
Yeah. It's starting to look like Idiocracy. You remember the movie they watched in Idiocracy, and it was #1. It was like butt farts or something like that.
Yep.
And it was the #1 movie.
Well, now we got fart coin, it's the #1 altcoin. We're getting close, bro.
Oh yeah.
We're getting close.
Yeah. Oh. And everything is brando.
Come on, Bitcoin. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna meet your maker.
It will go down, just wait for it. I also expect on the Asian market to dump it hard.
We filled our first range of vectors on the 5-minute. There's another little section above, but it's got to get over the 50 on the got to get over the 50 on the hourly. If you go to the hourly, you see the problem we're having is to get to the top of this range, we got to get over that 50 MA on the hourly. We just hard rejected. So now we go to the 5 and we see if there's a chance of holding that bullish momentum. Right, keeping that 13 above the 50. Not lower we go. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, on the hourly it looks bearish. We got that rejection, so now we have to come down on the micro and see if the small time frames can build some momentum.
Hey, Dbloc. So with this range that we're in, how does this play out with our weekly structure?
Well, we're still higher than we were, right? So 3-day up, like I said, could be as long as you end your Wednesday higher than you ended your false move down. Yeah. So tomorrow we'd be looking for a pivot. The problem is that when you go sideways during the 3-day range, right? Because so remember, there's 3 directions you can go. You can go up or down. Or you can go sideways. Right? So when you have that false move down, the rest of the direction of the week is in the opposite direction. So we went up, but then we ended up going sideways. The problem with going sideways into a midweek reversal is that you're not guaranteed direction, right? Because either up or down is a reversal from sideways. So I'll be looking more at momentum than actually trying to play it off of the reversal, because we haven't made enough. You know, we don't have a clear trend. We came all the way. We didn't violate, right? We came all the way back down though. So easiest way to look at it is you take an arrow from where you dropped and then you take it to price, right? Even though all of this happened, that's an uptrend, right? The false move was down. The real direction of the rest of the week was up. Now, if we come down underneath here, then that's violated, obviously, right? Because that wasn't a false move if we ended up going lower for the rest of the week. That was just the beginning of the move.
Gotcha.
Now we love when they're like this, obviously, right? When they're just up and to the right, but right now we are up from that false move.
Cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I also got a question. When we consolidate like this, I know it is going to go into the time capitulation that we've been talking about, but normal time when we consolidate at a roof or resistance, and like we
Bullish.
have, it's bullish.
Yeah, it's bullish. It means that price isn't
Okay.
dropping, and you're sort of loading up the spring to attempt to break that. Yeah, to attempt to break that resistance. For the most part, if it's
Gotcha.
bearish and you're up against resistance, you're not going to go sideways for too long. You're going to roll over.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yep, yep. Damn, I can't unhear that now, Parabolic. You should have never said that. Woony does kind of sound like, I mean, not Woony.
Oh, Voxel.
Doing the thing.
Yeah. Hey.
Let's see. 5 minute. About to get your short signal on the 5 minute. Get full confirmation of the actual play here. This is, I mean, that was cool. I'm sure you made some bread off of that. To let you know whether the floor is going to fall out.
Appreciate it.
Remember, price crossed the 50, but the 13 EMA has not. So technically, the momentum is still bullish here. Just speaking pure momentum.
The thing I didn't expect was for the volume to go down. Usually on the New York session, the volume is quite high, but after the Trump talk, now volume is very, very low.
That's what happens when you see everybody sit back in their desk chair and just wait. Everybody's like, okay, wait a minute. Wait, I don't know what this means, but should probably get out of the market for a minute.
Yeah, very, very low volume. Also on the S&P, NASDAQ, everything is low volume.
I would imagine if you were in a trade, it probably wasn't enough to end your trade, but you weren't in a big hurry to open a new one anytime soon until we get a little bit of clarity, you know?
Yeah,
So
true
that'll
that.
bring the volume way down. Because when news is bad enough for everybody to sell, then you still get increased volume because everybody's selling.
Yeah, right now it's just in like a passive mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're
Wait and
not even
see.
in a session.
Yeah.
It's like we're, I don't know, outside of any session. It's just retail trading or something like that.
$13 is acting as resistance. This is what you want to see. Typically, you guys that have been trading this for a while know that when that 5 EMA comes down and the 13 hasn't yet, price will come back, retest the 50. And if it rejects off the 50 or the 13, the next time it comes down, that's when it brings the 13 down with it. Right? It's almost like the 13 waits for the confirmation or the Livermore pivot before taking a bath. I can't tell you how many times, how many countless times this shit's kept me from getting faked out.
Hey, Dbloc, with that indicator you're working on, or I don't know if it indicator, just the dots that you've been playing with.
Yeah.
They're just basically the same as we're looking when the 13 crosses the 15 or the 50, right?
Yeah. The reason I haven't released it is because I'm trying to, there's a couple other things that I'm trying to add to it. Ryzen has one that's just the dots that's in the indicator. But I honestly, even if you're going to use the dots, I prefer that you keep your EMAs on, because there's a lot to learn from how your lower time frame EMAs work with your 50. And if somebody just comes in and puts it on the dots, like, I just don't want it to turn into another buy sell indicator that doesn't teach anybody shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
But yeah, dots are still green because the yellow cross with the 13 hasn't. Now we look for increased volume. Yeah. This whole push up has been mean reversion to the 50 because you can tell that we're volume divergent even on this small little push here on the 5-minute. Price going up, volume's going down. One side will give. Big sells coming in. Probably the biggest one since 1.8 mil. Yeah, since back here.
It is definitely not a typical day of the week. The volume is almost dead. This is what I would expect during the weekend.
Yeah, we were saying earlier, it feels like we never left the weekend trap.
Yeah.
It was very similar to a Saturday or something. All right, so there's that rejection off the 13. So I want you guys to look at these EMAs like this. The yellow EMA is price. Just forget about the candles. The true price, the averaged out, sort of like a smoothed out price line, right? So yellow is your price. Your 13 is either your support or your resistance for actual price, close price. Not that we bet on it hitting, but you're paying attention to whether it holds or it doesn't, right? As long as it's holding, the bullish momentum is still up. When it starts to break, that's when you start to get the flip of momentum. Right now, price is coming down underneath the 13. Once price makes it underneath the 13 becomes resistance. Right? That's what you're watching for. Is the 13 acting as resistance? If it is, then that's another confirmation that momentum is starting to shift. Once that 13 crosses the 50 with one candle of confirmation, you're officially in bearish momentum on the 5 minute. Now you can do the same thing on the 1 minute, right? You've already locked in your bearish momentum on the 1 minute. So if you're scalping really small time frames or you're scalping leverage, you can use the 1 minute for the strategy, but you have to realize that you're going to get more fake outs. There'll be a higher level of fake outs on the 1 minute than the 5 minute. The 5 minute is the best fake out prevention, right? It's later entry, but for new people, it's more forgiving, which is why I talk about it. If you're advanced and you know what you're doing, you can adjust it and use it on different time frames. If you're a long-term holder and you don't care about any of this intraday shit, then you just look at it on the daily, right? Or just look at it on the 4 hour or something. Right? 4 hour would have got you in at 265 on Voxel, and you'd still be riding it. But for day trading, intraday trading, and the best level of fake out prevention, you want to use it on the 5 minute. It'll keep you from missing out on getting in the trades, but more importantly, even if you don't use it for entries or whatever, just learn to use it to know when to track momentum, right? Because the amount of people that get faked out and sort of leave positions when you haven't lost momentum yet, that's probably the strongest suit that it has. Keeps you in a bullish trade, in a trade on a trend. Yeah, the 5 minute. I haven't dropped the indicator yet, IQ, but you can just use the EMAs. Like, we don't even, the indicator doesn't matter. It's just our regular EMA setup. 5 to 13 and the 50. Yeah, I can make a channel for it. Or hold on, let me see if there's one that I can just use. had it. If anybody wants the global M2, just go under education, and it's got its own. Look for the hammer. It's got its own page.
Thanks for that, Dbloc.
Yep. Yeah, just copy and paste the whole thing into your Pine script. Voxels is still playing around. Starting to put in a bear flag though. Still waiting for confirmation, but the patterns are starting to agree with the EMAs. Five. You don't want to see is this 13 EMA start to curl up. We gotta see. Our invalidation is at 934, which is right where our demand is. And then that will break pattern. Oh, my bad. I haven't even drawn the pattern. I'm telling you, I see this shit without having to draw it. Like, I forget sometimes that it's not on the, it's not on the screen.
Hey, Dbloc, quick question.
Yeah.
So with vector gaps, I know when momentum is bullish, market makers cool with just grabbing 50% of that vector.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there a scenario or a situation the same in bearish momentum?
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly the
If the gap
same.
is above us, it's
Yeah.
the same?
Yeah, it's the same. If it's super bearish, they'll go up and grab 50%. That's why I have, like, I grabbed the fib tool. I mean, I don't know if anybody else does this. Maybe it's just, but I grabbed the fib tool and I changed it to be, so like it's just a regular fib, right? But then you click on it and you can shut everything off except for the 0.5. And then, or people that have trouble like understanding fibs, right? Like, because a lot of people are just like to throw around 0.26, 0.38, whatever. And I mean, some of us who, it should be obvious, but it isn't. So if you come and you go to percentages down here on levels instead of values, put it on percentages. And now you realize what you're looking at is the 23%, 38% retracement, 50% retracement, 61 to 65% retracement. So then once you do that, you can turn everything off except for your 0.5, and now you'll have a 50% line. So 50% is really important for retracements. It's important for vectors. So it's a tool I like to have on the side where I can just quickly pull up and see what, you know, without having all of that on the chart. But the amount of people that I've seen clicking fibs to percentages and then it just clicks for them, they're like, oh, duh.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
I was overthinking this shit. No problem, Olu. I'm glad you found some value in it. Stick around, bro. You know, there's different things you can tell in different situations. So it's like being here and just going through the daily play-by-play. I think you'll pick it up really quickly. That was a soft shill for you to hit the subscribe button. Yeah, sample. Just remember, we're looking for lows and higher lows, right? So it's a low, higher, low fractal. But it's not beautiful, right? It's no stopping volume candle. Could easily just roll over. Yeah, definitely hit the like button, guys. We got 179 people and 54 likes. That's a lower high. That's an M pattern.
Come on now, let's invalidate that M pattern.
Yeah, definitely. Let's at least get up to double top. Let's get up to a double top range.
Yeah, I just hopped on. We got earnings after close too. Meta and Microsoft. That might be what it's waiting for.
Yeah. Projections seem to be bearish for that, but I don't know. So here we're finally now, right, getting the fall down. 13's aiming down, so we didn't, you know, we avoided some nastiness. Now we can get them to cross. It'll break that bull flag, that bear flag, sorry, and then you should start to print on those shorts. I appreciate you, Elad. Yeah. That bullish engulfing to lock in the stopping volume candle could be the second candle after. I mean, my favorite pattern, obviously, it's when it's the very next candle. But as long as no bodies close underneath that stopping volume candle, it could be the second, third, fourth candle. No problem, Andy. A little bit of vector recovery on the 1 minute there is going to delay the drop. This W plays out, we test those sell walls again. I mean, at this point, honestly, the support resistance, we have to worry about this before we even get to the sell walls. And I haven't checked the sell walls for the past 2 hours, so for all we know, let's see what we got. All the heat's above us on the heat map.